Hi everyone, welcome to my craft room. Today I'll be making this cute little scarecrow family. I was inspired by a picture I saw on Amazon. It was made out of ceramic, but I made this one out of all Dollar Tree products. I used these treat sacks that I got around Valentine's Day. And like I said, everything is, aside from a couple things, are from the Dollar Tree. A glue gun and plenty of glue, a wooden slat, they think they come in a 5-pack, a dowel and a craft stick, dot stickers, googly eyes, and the blush is not from the Dollar Tree. It's just some blush that I had on hand. And the sunflowers, some yarn or anything to stuff it with, some scissors, and an assortment of florals. I just pulled some out, didn't know what I was going to use. I also used some jute and some clear rubber bands. The first thing I wanted to get started on is stuffing my sacks. So I just took a bunch of yarn, and like I said, you can use stuffing or really anything you want to, stuff the sacks if you want to make this. I just happen to have this yarn on hand, so I just kept stuffing until I thought it was enough. Not too tight, because I wanted to, be able to shape it in the end. Then I just tied a knot, pulled it tight, and then snipped those little ends off. Now I want to make the hair, and I'm going to make the hair out of the jute. So I just took a box or anything that I can find, and I just wrapped it 15-20 times, and then I'll pull that off, and then with the little rubber bands I will tie it right in the middle, and I just tied it a few times, and then I'm just going to mess the little jute up to make it look like hair. Then off camera I made some longer hair. I used a longer box, and I made little ponytails because this is going to be a girl scarecrow. And see there, I just made little ponytails on the end, wrapping the rubber bands on each end. And then here, when I went to go glue the hair down, it popped the rubber band that I had in the center, and it actually worked out better because there was not so much bulk there, and I was able to flatten down the center. And you'll see right here is what I'm talking about. The heat just snapped that rubber band, and I just pulled the pieces off, pushed it down, and like I said, happened for the good. Then I just glued the messy hair right on top of that and gave her some bangs. So I paid extra attention to the front to make sure she had some cute little bangs. Now I took a flower, I think these were dahlias, and I just used the two outer pieces. I took the inner piece out, but I saved that, for something else down the road. So I'm going to glue this, and I'm gluing them. I want the curls to be up, so I'm gluing them face up, and I want to make sure and glue the first one down, and then when I glue that longer piece, I want to make sure I'm getting the longer petals in between the petals underneath, if that makes sense. Then I glued the little plastic piece that was holding the flower together. I glued that right on top, and then I glued each petal down one by one. Some of the petals underneath needed to be glued, but not all, and I just did that all the way around. Now it's time to put on the little face. I just think it's so cute. So I took a black marker, and here I'm just poking in the little points on the bottom of that sack just to make it a little round. Then I took the black marker and made a little smiley face. Just like that. And then see where I made that little line on the end of the smiley face? I wanted them to point up, so here I'm fixing it. When I mean up is I want to give them like little cheeks, little round cheeks there, what would look like cheeks. And then I made a little tongue sticking out, and then I made little stitch marks. So cute. Then I took the largest googly eye. There's 3 sizes. There's a large, a medium, and a small. And I just took the black piece out of the googly eye. I just snipped it off and the black piece fell out, and I made a cute little nose. I just made a triangle, left one side rounded. Cutest little nose ever. Then I took those sticker dots and I chose the green for this one, and I gave her some eyeballs. Even though these were stickers, I still wanted to add a little bit of hot glue to make sure they don't pop off on me. So I just glued those down. And then I glued her little nose on. And then I wanted a little black in the middle of the eye. So I took the smallest googly eye, cut that open, and used that little black circle to glue right on top of the green sticker dot. Now it's time for the blush. So I wanted to give her some rosy little cheeks there, and then I just took I didn't add any more blush to the brush itself, and I made her tongue a little bit red, but not as red as her cheeks. Then I took a white marker and I just gave her some little light, that makes it look like light in the eyes. And I thought it was so cute. So yeah, just a tiny little dot right in that black. Now I wanted to make a little baby. So I didn't make it as big as, the mommy there. And I just smushed the top down as much as I could. And then I took some of the jute and just kind of made a little ball out of it to fill in that void, you know, the indentation on the top of the baby. You can see me doing that here. So I just globbed the glue on and just, you know, stuck that right in the center. Then I just repeated with just like the last two. I just took the flower apart, used the top two layers and glued that down. Then I glued the little plastic piece right on top of that. And then I just, you know, painted on the face and glued on the face, and he was ready to go. Now I am getting ready to put the whole piece together. So I measured my dowel already. I just put all three of my scarecrows where I wanted them, and then measured halfway up the baby's back, which would be the one on the top, and that's how I got my measurement. And now I'm going to just cut some craft sticks, and I'm going to use those as my anchors to anchor down my dowel. And then once I got those glued down, I cut two more pieces of that craft stick and I glued them going across the other two to nestle in that dowel. Now I'm going to glue the two bigger scarecrows to the bottom. So I just globbed the glue on there, made sure I got the right ones, and glued them in place. Now I'm going to glue little baby right on top of the two scarecrows on the bottom. So I use quite a bit of glue, but I don't glue it right away. I let it sit a little bit so it's not runny, but still tacky enough to glue down. Once little baby was glued down, it was time to embellish my little hats or flower petals or whatever they are. I decided to cover up the back of that dowel in the very back, and I just took another sunflower and glued it right there to hide my little contraption I made for the dowel. And here I am. I just had to add just a little bit more, so I'm just embellishing a little bit more, and then it was all done. And here it is, all done. I have it sitting here in front of some other fall decor. I hope you liked my video today. If you did, can you give me a big thumbs up? And subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. I would love for you to join my YouTube family. Thanks for watching. Bye.